hearing a lot about this often, and now I feel like I gotta give my take on this, which is on the Online Safety Act. Basically, an policy that basically makes it so certain websites could not be accessed unless you provide some form of selfie, government ID, or credit card information to prove you are over the age of 18. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this, and this is actually becoming a massive shit show as it is, 11 days from now is going to represent when YouTube's new policy is supposed to be implementing the same thing if certain content is searched up or so and so to determine if you are under the age of 18, which I generally hate all of this right now. I hate all of this. How did this fucking internet turn into such a shit show? I've been hearing too much about this way too often these past like under 2 weeks, and have been just slightly concerned about how the internet could turn out if all of this stuff actually gets implemented, which it already has in the UK. There's so much more of a risk within these acts, which also could be technically involved in being put in law in the US as well, alongside with like countries like Australia and even the EU. There's so much more stakes involved in this policy that basically could technically fuck the internet over. And not just the internet. People and so much more could be in risk of like potentially like so much more worse consequences. I mean, the whole YouTube policy, just to start off with, is basically just a thing where if you are told if you're under the age of 18, is basically gonna say you have to provide some form of government ID, which
this is bullshit. This is
first off, is a massive security risk. All this is a massive security risk. Second off, if people don't decide to actually provide their own ID, which I'm gonna bet tons upon millions of users are not gonna do that, creators could literally lose their revenue. Literally lose the revenue that they're making off of YouTube. But this is also a thing where this is not even happening just on YouTube. This is happening basically on websites, even like Spotify or Wikipedia based in the UK. Like, this is all happening under 2 weeks, by the way. Like, it's a case where all of this coming up together into becoming a massive shit show that actually is a much bigger security risk that could literally leak upon thousands upon millions of users' data just because they provided their own ID. The only person in mind to blame is the fucking government. The government is at blame because they want to implement these fucking laws to say they want to protect children, which, by the way, that's not what they've been wanting to do at all. In fact, it's been the opposite, to basically make it so they know exactly what you've been searching up or posting or talking about. They want to basically make it so whoever is talking about any of this could technically be spied on. Like, talked about, spied on. And how I feel about all of this shit is, honestly, I'm fucking sick of the internet now. I am sick of it. Like, it's the stupidest thing of having to provide your ID for basically everything and almost anything that you do. Almost anything. YouTube? Really? This is a serious issue that many people are talking about, including myself. Like, I hate this whole situation as it is. Like, it's getting to the point to where, like, governments are getting involved to try to make this, like a good thing, and it clearly isn't, because of the fact that you're basically having to rely on this entire thing of hoping that your data does not get breached, but then 90% of the time it does. There's no way it's not going to get breached, and unfortunately, unless we're willing to, like, basically go against what the government's wanting right now, we're basically fucked as an entire internet society as it is. Like, the internet was free, now they're trying to take this thing far more to the point to where basically you can't even access stuff like YouTube without an ID. I mean, the big thing that this was originally trying to do is basically restrict, like, people under the age of 18 from accessing 18 plus websites. And now it's getting to the point to where basically anything and everything, you have to put some form of ID in. I hate it. I hate this so much. I think everybody hates it. I think everybody hates the fact that this is exactly where the internet's going, and it shouldn't be where it's going. It should be the exact opposite where it's going. If it was the main thing of being able to, like, have that restriction where kids can't go and access those websites, it'd be a great thing. But I'm sorry, the internet providers can do that for you. You just have to grab your phone and then scroll through the app of the internet provider you can and restrict the devices in question. Instead of going in and having the fucking government choose what you can and cannot watch or so.
Oh, man, I really wonder what he was trying to say.
The one thing which I will say, and I've been on break for the past couple of weeks, and I'm planning on still being on break for a couple more weeks. If this limits how you can upload content without an ID, I'm fucking leaving YouTube. Like, seriously. This is a case where I'm seriously considering on quitting YouTube because of fucking all this shit that's going on right now. Like, this is something that shouldn't be going on. Hopefully YouTube will get off their ass and say, this isn't a good idea, especially with YouTube. Out of all things, YouTube. YouTube is the one place where there's age-restricted content, yes, but not in theoretically, literally porn. Like, you're gonna block certain things, like, I mean, the UK tries to block certain subreddits and Discord features. There's so much more involved in stakes. Security risk, so much more. And I don't want to be involved in this dystopian, like, fucking, like, internet where it's basically you have to put your ID in everything. No matter how safe something is, it is not as safe as it seems. It's gonna get to a point to where basically nobody's gonna want to use the internet anymore because of these features. Some people are forced to use the internet, and I'm sick of it.